Welcome back to Bash Bros in episode 86 of Notorious Pro Wrestling, the TEW Let's Play series where we find out what exactly would happen if Conor McGregor started his own wrestling promotion. Oh, it is a RevPro episode, and you know what that means. It takes 90 minutes to record. To start off with, let's take a look at the storylines of RevPro and what will be going on for the next 4 weeks. Starting from the bottom to the top, so this was originally supposed to be Drew Parker versus Kez Evans. However, Drew Parker is not available to work until March because of his BJW commitments. So it's just Daz Black versus Kez Evans, but we are using this as the opportunity to introduce Kez Evans' new muscle, Big T Justice. This will wrap up this week. Then we have Kanji versus Sanitarium. So in the last set of tapings, Angel Hayes turned on Kanji after being corrupted, or whatever you want to call it, by Vicky Haskins and the other members of Sanitarium. Angel Hayes then will get a new kind of gimmick and debut tonight. But yes, so this will now devolve into Kanji versus Sanitarium, and then we'll add a couple of new members to kind of even the odds in the faces' favour over the next coming months. So about two more months left of this storyline. Michael Oku versus RKJ, Ricky Knight Jr. will wrap up this set of tapings, with Ricky Knight Jr. going to the main roster up on Notorious with his cousin Brittany Knight, who is joining us sooner rather than later and will be Ricky's manager. Millie McKenzie versus B Priestley, kind of copy and paste what I said for the previous storyline. This will wrap up this set of tapings. Millie, or B Priestley, will be, claiming, you never pin me, you pin Charlie. And then Millie will go on to then, guess what? Pin B Priestley. This set of tapings. And then B and Jamie Hayter will get called up to the Notorious roster too. Aussie Open versus Northwest Strong. So the storyline so far is that Luke Jacobs got kayfabe injured during the title match, and Ethan Allen has taken offence. Ethan Allen is now out for blood and wants revenge on Aussie Open. Luke Jacobs is actually injured, so we're giving him time off to rest and heal up. And then Chris Ridgway, who was unavailable last time but is available this time for the tapings, will kind of partner up with Ethan Allen now going forward for the next month or two. We will also have the return of Sunshine Machine, who was put on the shelf by Northwest Strong. They'll be returning also. And then Mark Haskins and Carlos Romo versus the Notorious. This will wrap up this month with a big blow-off match between Carlos and Notorious. And I don't really know who the next contender for the title will be. I know what the end goal of the Notorious will be, and who will be the RevPro champion some point in the future, but I don't know currently who is going to be the next challenger. Maybe Grado. I can't believe those words came out of my mouth. Now let's take a look at the news, and there is a little bit to talk about. Nothing to do with our own wee companies, RevPro or Notorious, but there is some world news. So Matt Hardy has left AEW. It didn't even re-sign him to a handshake deal. I imagine it's a little bit to do with his age, a little bit to do with his stamina. I think they have, I think AEW has quite a high work rate AI hiring rule, so stamina probably a factor. And then, the obvious things to do with Matt Hardy. I'm not saying them, but they're on the screen currently. So I would say all those have led to the AI probably not rehiring Matt. Another leaver for AEW2 is Lance Archer. So currently unemployed. I would imagine he will end up back in Japan. Again, must maybe be an age thing. 45. His stamina is good. 70, fantastic actually. 77. All in all, very good worker. So I can't see why he wouldn't have been kept about. The only thing I can think of is his age. This one did sting a little though. Walter left WXW, which was the only reason I went with WXW in the Six Nations of Wrestling, so I could work with Walter, and now he is exclusive to WWE. God damn. Guys, that is it then for everything. That is the news, that is the storylines. So let's book all 4 episodes of RevPro and come back and discuss them all. Okay, and we are back after booking our 4 shows, which takes us up to number 20. So as I kind of did say, I believe I said it out loud, we will do a pay-per-view / special for RevPro every 50 or so tapings, or episodes, sorry. So let's look at episode 17 of RevPro. In a pre-show angle, Sanitarium officially induct the now just Angel. I changed her to Angel just because with names like Jade and Nightshade, which is all one word, wanted to keep with that motif and change her to a single word name. So Angel is officially inducted into Sanitarium with some spooky bullshit, blood ritual, I don't know. I'm sure you can think of probably what it would be. Opening up the show then, Notorious reveal that the hooded person that has been helping them all along was Killer Kelly. Killer Kelly obviously fits in well with the Notorious, who are disgruntled ex-employees of Notorious Pro Wrestling, and she was really the first women's competitor we released. She wasn't performing particularly well, in and around the 40s, which for us now is kind of a mid-card. So yes, Killer Kelly has joined Notorious. So in a backstage promo, B. Priestley says that Millie McKenzie never pinned her for the belt. She pinned Charlie Evans instead, so that title is still technically hers. And in a match against Charlie Evans for the number 1 contendership, B. Priestley defeated Charlie Evans. B had a 53 and Charlie a 54. Charlie outperformed because it was a wild brawl special instruction on that match. And then in the main event, for the number 1 contendership, it went to a no contest when the Notorious interfered and attacked both Carlos and Mark Haskins. Carlos got a 59 and Mark Haskins got a 64. Afterwards then, Grado came out for the first time in RevPro and introduced himself as the new GM and says that this sort of bullshit that the Notorious are pulling will not stand anymore, and that in 2 weeks time it will be a 3-way for the RevPro title. Carlos Romo versus Mark Haskins versus Nathan Cruz. Going then on to episode 18 of RevPro. In a backstage angle then, Michael Oku wonders why Killer Kelly never helped him win the Cruiserweight title and only helped Nathan, but Nathan's like, no, come on, don't think like that. Now is not the time to become divided, and kind of coerces him back into line. Then onto the main show, Kyle Fletcher defeated Ethan Allen in a 55 rated match. Ethan with a 42 and Kyle Fletcher with a 60. Post match then, Chris Ridgway attacks Aussie Open with a chair, getting just a little bit of revenge for the injured Luke Jacobs. And in a backstage promo then, Kez Evans says he's going to teach Daz Black a little bit of respect tonight. Daz Black then beats Kez Evans with a flash pin roll up. Daz has a 47 and Kez has a 52. And in our main event, Ricky Knight Jr. defeated Akira Francesco in a 63 rated match. 66 for Akira, 61 for Ricky. Post match then, Michael Oku and the Notorious come out and Oku challenges Ricky Knight Jr. for the Cruiserweight title in a ladder match in 2 weeks time. All in all, that was a 59 rated show. Going on to episode 19 then. Sanitarium as a trio defeated Madison Miles, Zan Phoenix and Zoe Lucas. Afterwards then, Kanji tries to attack Angel, but Sanitarium grab her and beat her down in the middle of the ring. In that match then, Angel had a 39, Jade had a 47, Madison a 43, Nightshade a 48, Zan Phoenix a 36 and Zoe Lucas a 48. Then in a backstage angle, Grado warns the Notorious that if they interfere in the title match tonight, Nathan Cruz will be stripped of the RevPro Championship. Next up in a backstage promo, Millie McKenzie wants to prove she is not just a flash in the pan champion and will beat B. Priestley tonight. And she does, retaining the RevPro Women's Championship in a 55 rated match. B had a 53 and Millie had a 55. And in our main event, a triple threat for the RevPro title, Nathan Cruz retains due to Carlos Romo and Mark Haskins continuing to fight with each other, and him taking advantage of it. Carlos with a 62, Mark with a 58, and Nathan Cruz himself with a 52. All in all, a 60 rated match. So the show as a whole came to 58, which is good. What was not good though was the 51 we got for episode 20 of RevPro Live. So let's see why that was. We opened up with a squash match where Kez Evans defeated Cal Newman. Post match then he asked Daz Black to come out so he can shake his hand and apologise. He beat him fair and square. As Daz Black comes out, Big T Justice comes out and fucking yeets Daz Black off the stage. He then comes down and shakes hands with Kez Evans, proving he is Kez Evans' new muscle. Then in a backstage promo, Northwest Strong promise an eye for an eye, aka getting retribution for the injured Luke Jacobs. Chris Ridgway then goes on to beat Mark Davis in a 63 rated match. It should have been the main event. Ridgway with a 61, Mark Davis with a 62. And then in our actual main event, Michael Oku defeated Ricky Knight Jr. in a ladder match, clean by the way, which is very important, to win the RevPro British Cruiserweight title in a 51. It stank. Yes, unfortunately these guys had bad chemistry, which I forgot, and then just went downhill from there. 51 from Michael, which is very poor for him, and 46 for Ricky, which is dire for him. And then post match, then Notorious stands tall with the RevPro and the Cruiserweight Championships. So it's important for Michael Oku to get a clean win because the Notorious storyline is going to end with Michael Oku defeating Nathan Cruz for the belt. That's why we had that promo previously where Michael's like, why did Killer Kelly not help me but helped you? That's weird. So yeah, that is how that's going to play out. Won't be for months now before that kind of happens. Michael will have to drop the belt, or we'll maybe unify, or maybe he'll be dual champion. I haven't decided yet, but it will end with Michael Oku versus Nathan Cruz for the Notorious Pro Wrestling Championship, pretty much. So all in all, that was a good round of shows, bar the last one, which was a bit unfortunate. There is no news to discuss coming out of the tapings. There's no injuries for us, and I can't see any world news. Maybe this, and Mr. Anderson's retiring. That's really it. That's all I got. But that is it for another week. If you enjoyed this episode, do leave a like and subscribe to the Bash Bros YouTube channel for more Notorious and other great shows. If you have any ideas for storylines, feuds, factions, you name it, put it in the comments below and I will try and book it for you. And with all that being said, I will see you next time on Bash Bros.